Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the next game of the Lions Tour of Australia, going up against the ACT Brumbies today. What a game in store. The Brumbies, of course, missing quite a few notable players off now playing with Australia. We played Fiji on the weekend, the likes of Leon Ikitau, Tom Wright, and many, many others. The British and Irish Lions making a change-up this week. Maro Itoje partners with Joe McCarthy in the lock department. Ollie Chesson slides back to 6. The Irish centre combo of Bundy Aki move in alongside of Gary Ringrose and Blair Kinghorn, moving from the left wing last week to full back this week to see if he can add a bit of change in that backfield. Let's see how this game will shake up today. Can the Brumbies keep the scoreline close? Can they go on to win? Can the Lions keep their winning ways going? Is that man there, Tommy Freeman, getting all excited to hopefully get his hands on the ball today, with Mac Hansen trying to challenge for that winger shirt. As this man here, Finn Russell, will be the one to get us kicked off and underway today in a lovely sunny day as it goes nice and high, straight down the middle, and lands in the arms of Satsford there, who's managing to collect that very, very well under pressure. Lions looking to exert early pressure. They go for an early box kick there from Lonergan, lands in the arms of his opposite number. James Gibson Park has to just try and tidy it up for the Lions here, and Tom Curry fills in at scrum half, and they think they can see some room out there. There's a lovely little offload going out. It gets out to Joe McCarthy, but Freeman absolutely dumped in the tackle there. I think that was Declan Meredith coming in there for a big old shot on the right winger, and Tom Curry getting a handoff there. There's another man fighting for his position in the Lions squad as we move on towards the Wallabies. The back row, chock-a-block with talent, as is this man here. Gary Ringrose thinks he manages to see room on the outside, but Meredith as well to get a little shot on the inside and sweep up that ball, saving the Brumbies from that early attack. Now, can they just hold on to possession? Maybe go through some phases. They went for a kick early on, maybe just trying to exit out. Territory is important, but keeping the possession away from the Lions also all important in this game, as Toole tries to move in off his wing this time, charging up through the midfield, and this time they'll try and go wide as it gets out to Lonergan, trying to find his way through out on the wing. A hooker always loves trying to get out wide if possible. They try some inside passing now, just trying to shake it up a bit as James Slibber carries it on once more into Shaw, doing well just to keep a hold of the ball. All the refs come in though to say there was an offside. Joe McCarthy getting off the line a little bit quickly on that one, obviously not going anywhere. Ref blows them back for that advantage, and this will just allow the Brumbies just to clear their lines, move up towards the Lions half for the first time in this game. That's a decent kick as James Slibber goes over a quick word there with the referee. Just thinks maybe he's seen some unscrupulous activity in the rucks. Doesn't want to let the Lions get away with too much. The breakdown's certainly going to be a contestable area today. Now the line out a certain area the Lions were struggling with last week, but they managed to do well and steal the line out there, and they play it out wide to Gary Ringrose, who gets out to James Lowe, but no way through there, and James Gibson Park thinks he's seen some room in that backfield, just tries to play a bit of territory. It lands in the arms there of the Brumbies fullback. It gets a nice kick away, and nobody's down here on this wing. That is a lovely bounce. And well, that territory's paid off for them as they'll move back in to the Lions half there. No one covering that wing. I don't think they realised that James Lowe was actually the man tackled down there then and actually stuck and couldn't cover that backfield. So they'll go for a Lions first line out of the game. This time they go long. This is one of the areas they needed to work on from last week. The line out certainly struggling a bit more as the Brumbies there. Great tackle just to drive him to the ground. No way through. Can't get the offload. But Freeman thinks he's seen room and tries to move his way back down, or maybe thought a bit of room in that backfield, but hunted down very, very well. And the ball's slow to come out, and the referee's coming to have a word here. I think that was just for not using the ball. He's come over to have words with Captain Maro Itoje about what was going on. Tommy Freeman just not releasing the ball. I don't think he's... Oh, he has actually given a penalty. I thought that was just slow ball, but he actually got a call potentially going in from the TMO saying he's actually holding on to the ball on the ground. And that will be an easy move up. Now, they potentially were in range there to go for the 3 points. They've turned it down. They want to try and apply. Now, the Brumbies have got an awfully strong, mauling pack. They'll want to try and make as much of an impact as possible. Oh, as Jameson Gibson Park, I mean, the Lions managing to steal the line out, and Jameson Gibson Park just throwing it into the crowd. Maybe a souvenir for one of the kids in the front row, but not going to help the Lions by any means. So they'll set up once again for yet another line out, as this time it does work out for the Brumbies, and they'll get on an early charge here now as Maro Itoje just hunkering down, puts himself in the ruck. That might have left him a bit short man there as James Slibber tries to find his way through, but the ball dropped by James Slibber. Weather conditions good down there. Handling errors should be kept to a minimum today as Ellis Genge, oh, the prop, goes on a bit of a charge, thinks he's found room, and Gary Ringrose, who's he got with him, trying to make a charge down the wing. Can the Brumbies get back to stop him? I don't think they will, and Gary Ringrose will dive into the corner. It's not great. Cover defence by the Brumbies back three. Really should do better from there. There was a number of players. Gary Ringrose got a good turn of pace on him. There was just a player coming over from the wing there. I'm not sure if that was Ben O'Donnell coming over. Not quite getting that tackle in, and that's really not what the coaches want to be seeing. There's a couple of these players looking to try and really make an impact with so many Wallabies players off with the Australian team. You want to try and make as much impact as possible. Finn Russell then to step up for the first conversion of the game. Kicking percentage been decent so far, and that one looks straight through the middle. Absolutely, like I said, no real weather conditions to worry about that down there today. The wind looking pretty decent. No wet ball or anything to worry about with handling errors and stuff. So that little drop ball earlier on by James Slipper, just something to keep an eye on. Keep those handling errors down to a minimum. Try and put yourself in the best position possible. Go through those phases and try and make the scores count for you. Is very, very slow here. As eventually, it does get us kicked off. And underway, lands in the arms of Blair Kinghorn, who's opted to be lifted by two of his other players. Not essentially a usual tactic for a fullback to get involved with, but does work for them. They try and hit this line hard now as Tom Curry ripped to the ground there. As Toyo Lima gets a good tackle, and James gives a puck, just trying to find the room. Oh, and that's not a great kick by the scrum half. Goes out on the full. He's had a bit of a shaky start to this game, James Gibson Park. Not quite judging that kick correctly, and this will give the Brumbies another line out in Lions territory. As this time the Brumbies go out towards the front. They try and hold out for that maul once again. Lions just trying to hold that defensive line if they can do. Refs getting ready for them to use it now as they try and play a short ball there. That's a big handoff on Bundy Aki, and they're still going through the hands, and a little breakaway slowly coming in for them. Lions rush in to try and add some pressure to that breakdown, but they played it short this time, still trying to find room towards the inside around the ruck. Maybe not going as wide as they would want to. There's nobody out here on this right-hand wing for them, but players just a bit bunched for the Brumbies at the minute, and it's getting a little bit tight. And Blair Kinghorn able to just catch an interception. I don't even think he was ready for that one. But that time, James Lowe, oh, that's a rubbish pass, and it gets out there. And the Brumbies being gifted a bit of an opportunity, maybe. To be put right back up here as Meredith passes out wide. Another back pass inside. It's clearly a move they've tried to work with. It's not really paying off for them. Going wider certainly looks like an available option for them. That's a big handoff coming in there, but Finn Russell steps in just to add his weight to that tackle as they try and charge up the line. Oh, that's a big shot there on Ben O'Donnell. He's trying to charge into the line. The Lions say no. Meredith using every single one of these attacking movements so far, and Bundy Aki has to step in for a tackle right on that 5-metre line as the Brumbies trying to exert some pressure. Now, Lions really not committing a lot to that breakdown. That's a good dominant tackle by Joe McCarthy. Lions trying to rush in to maybe try and take that one. Doesn't work out for them. They'll go out wide again. That's a big shot, though, on Bundy Aki, and I don't think James Lowe is going to get back across for it. And Catherine Neville goes over to celebrate with some of the crowd members. The home fans here always love a bit of interaction with the players. That is a big shot. And Bundy Aki won't be happy with that one, and neither James Lowe nor Gary Ringrose getting back to make that tackle. As Declan Meredith will stand up once again. As he's been so busy today, actually, used in many of these attacking shapes, really being used as a big distributor. Now he gets to step up for the kick to try and draw this scoreline level. Oh, it's come off! Just the inside of that post. And it will be a miss for Meredith, which will just keep the Lions. Yeah, his teammate's not particularly happy with that one. Neville looks on and says, think of all the hard work I had to do, and you can't even kick a ball through some posts. Makes it look easy, don't they, when they're the international fly halves and so on. So, Finn Russell to get us kicked off and underway. Once again, plays a high one again. They really want to try and get players underneath the ball, but it is received very well there by Neck. Just trying to hold the ball up as this time, that's a goal. I thought maybe they were through, but the inside pass works for them that time. Finn Russell doing well. That's something that the Brumbies are going to have to keep an eye on. Constantly trying to play for this inside ball repeatedly. He's just going to give away the game to the Lions, who will eventually be able to catch onto it and just leave players hanging on the inside. Wait for those interceptions to be gifted as Maro told you this time, runs in to an absolute brick wall there. I think that was Tom Hooper. Brother on the bench today. Still uncapped. It will be their first game to play professionally together if he can come on from the subs bench. As Gary Ringrose tries to make inroads down this left-hand wing, and James Lowe manages to step one, gets a handoff, and another takes a sharp turn, you'd have to say, back towards the post. Maybe, just maybe, could have looked on to go closer to the corner and score, but he decided, almost like an Abrams tank he was charging, and just turned on a dime. Maybe not the way to go, as this time they'll pop it off left again to Ollie Chesham, playing in that 6 shirt today. Well, maybe they're just testing a bit of things in the coaching team, just to get a few more jumpers at that line out and try and cause some issues, which has been working well for them today, as Finn Russell charges it up, just trying to find the room. Brumbies' defensive line looking nice so far, and Tommy Freeman takes that mid-air, I think, away from, that was actually meant to be going out to McCarthy, but he's picked it off, and the Lions go on a charge once again, and this time Ollie Chesham does get it out, and this time, it's so close for James Lowe, charging it up. Just looking for where they can make those little breaks. This time Jamison Gibson Park wants to go himself. They're looking for the drive on, but James Slipper, always good in those areas. Got a lot of experience under his cap, and that is a big, big turnover, and might be a big let-off, and you think the Brumbies just want to get this ball off. They're really, really taking their time, just want to try and get this one off the field, but they're really trying to go through some phases here. Maybe still down on the scoreboard. Think there's maybe a breakaway on. Hasn't worked for them. The kick over the top. And eventually James Slipper says, what on earth are you all doing after the hard work he's done to get that turnover, and decides to boot it out himself. Sometimes taking responsibility is the best way to go. 7 points to 5 at half-time. The Lions then on to face the ACT Brumbies in this one, and what a tight-knit affair it has been. Playing a lot of the first half down in the Brumbies section, really trying to hold on to that possession. They do have the lion's share of possession from that first half. The line-out, though, the British and Irish Lions looking a lot better, getting a few steals today, just keeping away from a driving maul team that is so good if you let them get into that danger zone. And eventually, the British and Irish Lions put under pressure at those set pieces, but are able to come away with the ball. One drop ball from James Slipper, allowing a breakaway for Gary Ringrose to charge down the wing. Some cover defence, maybe not what the Brumbies would be hoping for, and dives into the corner to score, converted by Finn Russell. Brumbies marching a bit of attack onwards, though, and eventually Catherine Neville getting out on the wing. Had a lot of work to do, getting the big bump off, and Bundy Arki and being able to just get around the outside of the Irish players to score in the corner. Misconversion, though, coming in by Declan Meredith does mean they are down 2 points at half-time. Team talks will need to be had. That subs bench could be all important for both of these teams to just try and break that deadlock. Very, very even across the board. Let's see how it gets on in the second half. On to the second half then. No changes at half-time to talk about, as Meredith will get us started out once again. What have the coaches said at half-time? What are they looking to improve? As once again, Blair Kinghorn in that backfield, he's been very, very on top of that backfield ball today from the restarts, and it's nicely taken in by him and taken back now by Finn Russell. Oh, that's a big shot coming in there by Rory Scott. Really looking to put pressure on this Lions team as they'll chip it out to the right-hand side once again. Oh, and Finn Russell's done very well to just slalom his way through there, just to make a few extra meters, try and put them on the front foot, and this time, oh, that's a nice little play back on the inside. And now Tommy Freeman's breaking away, but does he have anybody with him? Can he keep it going? He goes for a little chip kick over the top. Maybe a slightly late tackle, but a big pickup coming in there by Corey Toole, because James Lowe was hammering after that one. What a breakaway coming in by the right winger there. Nobody with him, had to just try and chip the kick over the top, and eventually the Brumbies will try and clear their lines. It's not the best box kick in the world, and Blair Kinghorn, ever reliable in that fullback position, does manage to regain the ball there as James Lowe charges it up the right wing, and Finn Russell also got Tommy Freeman alongside him, who started all of this off. He still thinks there's room. He's having a charge to the corner to get away from Muirhead, but does manage to dot it down. And Tommy Freeman, what a start to the second half this boy has had. An early break that really started all this off, put them on the front foot. Finn Russell hitting that line hard, just finding that gap. And Tommy Freeman still got the gas, even after that earlier run, to get over for the try. As it looks like the subs players are warming up here for the British and Irish Lions. There's some changes here as Finn Russell gave that assist. Actually coming off here, Marcus Smith coming on at 10. I'm going to be guessing. Blair Kinghorn on, of course, can play 10 or 15 as well. But it looks like Marcus Smith stepping up for the kick. James Gibson Park's also gone off. We've got Alex Mitchell now on the side as well. So an English partnership in the halfback combo, just to see what impact that can make. Maybe Andy Farrell testing a few different combinations out as Marcus Smith slides it round. Oh, in off the post. Maybe not quite as clean as Finn Russell in terms of that kicking duty, but it does get over. And that is all important, as Freeman has a bit of a word there with fellow try-scorer Gary Ringrose. For this game, 14 points to 5 of the Brumbies. Gonna have to shake it up. Can't afford to have that loose play. There's too many dangerous backs in this Lions team as they hit it long down the middle again. And Blair Kinghorn says, I know this one. Let's do it all over again this time. But actually held up this time by the Brumbies. That is good work. Really not letting them get away. And Joe McCarthy just trying to charge that one in. Oh, he's actually made a bit of a break himself. I don't think he's ready. He's got nobody with him. Eventually get out to carry out to try-scorer Freeman. Just moving up the field a little bit. Alex Mitchell a bit slow to get into that one. Eventually does. Just tries to play that box kick over the top to Muirhead. Doesn't really work out for them all. But there's a bit of a bouncing ball there. Referee taking a close look. Says it's all gone backwards. And the Brumbies in possession now as they try and hit that line. Oh, Meredith! Ever so good there and gets the sidestep in on Kinghorn. And now there's a breakaway. I don't think the big man's going to have the gas to get on the outside quite the same as Freeman did earlier on in this half. And Gary Ringrose off the line quick. That's a good tackle. There was a 3-on-2 overlap there. Great work by the outside centre to get on the end of it. And they cut up the inside once again. This is something we haven't seen from the Brumbies yet. Oh, but Tom Curry swooping in and able just to save the Lions there under a little bit of pressure. And Marcus Smith opts for the kick towards touch there. And does find grass. Was taken back in. You heard the ref just as he was about to take that kick. Maybe had to adjust on the fly there. And the Brumbies let this one go out. As some more subs getting ready here. Josh van der Fleer coming onto the field for Tom Curry, who did some great defensive cover work there. As Henry Pollock also on alongside him. Those back row changes. Let's see what impact that makes. Oh, that's a great interception early on. That's, I think that was Ollie Chesham just getting in. Oh, sorry, no, he's gone. Oh, no, it was actually McCarthy getting up in the air, able to steal that one. And that'll put some pressure here on the Brumbies as James Lowe taking that one in very, very slow to the breakdown of the Lions. And the Brumbies say thank you very much as they managed to make a little bit of a break here. And Josh van der Fleer has to step in. First action for him of this game. And Tommy Freeman very quick off the line. Great work just to shut them down behind that gain line. And there's nobody out here to the left. If they keep going left, or they've played back inside once again. The coaches have been very determined for them to play this inside pass over and over again. And it hasn't really worked. Going wider, and again there's another good break by Corey Toole this time. Just playing that outside pass has worked for them so much better than the inside pass repeatedly. And they just don't seem to have been able to find the flow to keep it going as they rush in to support that breakdown. And they go back out this time to Meredith. Runs in there to Tyke Furlong, who looks like he's taking a bit of a knock. Bit slow back to his feet there. Eventually does get back up in the Brumbies. Oh, that's a good handoff though. Coming in by neck, and he tries to play it wide. And Freeman, done so well this game, steps in for yet another tackle. The Brumbies marching forward on this one as McCarthy teams up with the number 8 getting in there as Jack Conan. A big double tackle, and they manage to get one more offload this time to Shaw. Just moving up. Brumbies putting some phases together now. It's great to see. Oh, that's a lovely inside pass as Tom Hooper nearly making his way towards that try line. And Meredith this time charging it hard towards the line. The Lions defence working ever so well. Slow ball out. They've gone right. Is that the right way to go? I think there was numbers towards this left-hand side. It is slow. The Brumbies still trying to march on as they go for a lovely... Oh, there's a sidestep coming in there. Oh, it was a great work. I think that was Southsford getting in. Just trying to make some... Oh, there's a bit of a slow pass. Oh, but nobody's on the end of it. It actually threw everybody off. And James Slippers marched them back up to that 5-metre channel. The Brumbies just trying to charge forward as Freeman's completely off his wing. He's now just in the midfield. Trying to offer his size for defensive duties there. And Tyke Furlong with a big old shot. Brumbies still trying to march on. And Bandiaki just wraps around the legs. Do they have numbers somewhere in this defensive line to make the room? Oh, that could be it. Oh, but Captain Maro Itoje steps in. It's a high shot. Want to be careful about the height going in there. Lucky to not get a high tackle just right up at the shoulders. Big impact needed. Oh, but eventually the cracks do begin to show. And that man there, if there's one man for this Brumbies team that's deserved to get over the try line today, Declan Meredith's been absolutely everywhere. Just falling a bit short, man. Tommy Freeman got a lot of space there to defend single-handedly. James Lowe ran out the line a bit quickly. Joe McCarthy as well, just trying to get that blitz defence, but no one covering that inside. Tommy Freeman, of course, moved off the centre from his wing. It's never going to be a great area to be able to cover. Now, this one, an easier kick. And this will put them just 2 points behind. And you think about how important was that earlier misconversion. That could have scored the scoreboard level. And Declan Meredith is able to convert his own kick, and Marcus Smith to get us kicked off and underway. It's a 2-point game, 1 minute left on the clock. As he shoots that one nice and high, who can get on the end of it? As Andrew Porter's charging after this like an absolute steam locomotive. And they're trying to put pressure on that breakdown, and he's off the line quick once again. The Lions really trying to mount some pressure on that breakdown. And the Brumbies just getting a bit stuck now. Got to try and find some way to make room on the outside. Oh, that's a big shot coming in, though, by Gary Ringrose once again.
It's taken back.
The ref says it's taken back. They're getting marched back slowly. The Lions are putting all sorts of pressure. Eventually, they go for the box kick over the top, maybe hoping a drop ball on the cards. Doesn't work, and Alex Mitchell will take it in. Now, the Lions can just kick this one off. The scoreboard is in their favour. The clock has gone red. But they're looking to play on. Oh, and that might come back to bite them. They played wide, and it's a good pickup. Tommy Freeman not on the end of it, but Tyke Furlong. Good work by the man who's looked uncomfortable for the last 15 minutes or so on that leg. Still trying to apply pressure, but the Lions really want to try and play on this time. As Henry Pollock, we know he's got the gas to make some breaks. If they can just find the room around this Brumbies defence, which has been so good. And James Lowe makes a few extra metres down that wing, trying to mount some pressure. And they'll play it short this time into Tyke Furlong, gets wrapped up. Lions still looking for where that room can open up. And Marcus Smith tries something a bit different this time. And Bundy Arkey on the end of it. Lions looking a little bit bunched, maybe running out of options. But they are playing in the Brumbies half. It's worth seeing if you can get something else just for the scoreboard. And Gary Ringrose, he's got one already. Charges it up towards the 22. And McCarthy this time charging into a line that's running away for the Brumbies there as James Lowe pops it out to Bundy Arkey. And the Lions will finish with a flourish. That will make the coaches a bit more happy than what they might have been at the 80th minute with only 2 points in the lead. Late pass coming in from James Lowe. Out to Bundy Arkey there. And a bit of a dive celebration at the end of it. And Marcus Smith to seal out this game. It's been an awfully tight affair. Some real grueling work. And some big tackles by both teams. As Marcus Smith makes that one a little bit more safe this time. No need to come off the post. Looks like we will have a final scoreline then of 21 points to 12. A game well into the red on the final scoreboard. Let me know what you guys think of this game. Do you think this could be a similar result to something we could see on the weekend? Will the Brumbies step up and get a win against the Lions on their tour of Australia 2025? I hope you've all enjoyed this one today, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.